Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mike and Ricky.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about the top 3 reasons why you should consider armoring up your vehicle. Today we actually stole Glover's rig because he took Ricky's rig.
Yeah, he got to drive my rig when it got finished getting built out before I could. Just snatched it. So we had to take his naturally.
So we snagged his. We are at a really cool point in your build, right, girlie?
Mm-hmm.
So we just finished with C4. There's a bunch of stuff that we want to go over. So we figured let's take this opportunity to get out of the office and bring both Toyotas out and kind of show you what C4 did and what your plan was and what your thought process is, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So the first item of the top 3 is going to be protection. And the main reason why you have a bumper from the factory anyways is just that name suggests that you're going to be, you know, maybe lightly tapping things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to go on an upgrade, C4 came up with this really great section here that I wanted to show you, and maybe even you can chime in and talk about why you pick certain things here on the front, okay?
Yeah, definitely. So I do a lot of camping and off-roading on my own. I want my truck to be protected as I go into these scenarios because something catches the edge and rips the bumper off. What am I gonna do? Mm-hmm. I'm up there and I don't want to have to rely on anyone else besides myself and my truck that I've set up for success. So having this on there really protects from going over logs or anything like that. That could like really stop me from continuing on to my night or day. And a winch as well. So that is new to me, but I've lived in Utah for a few years and I've seen tons of people on the side of the road getting stuck, and what are you gonna do? I'm already up here. I'd love to be able to help people out and also like train people on how to get out of situations like that as well. So I'm gonna be learning that from Mikey, and hopefully I can apply it myself 100%. Out here.
So I love that you said, you know, you're gonna be out here by yourself, because that's part of the reason that we're showing you kind of this build. It's usually just you and maybe 2 dogs, 1 dog usually. We got a little one grazing somewhere out here. But protection is paramount, especially here on the front end. You have a lot of, you know, things behind the bumper, specifically the radiator. So you got this really great bull bar up front that will protect you. And the bumper
actually had to be cut off. So this baby's staying on now. It's not coming off.
So we had to cut off the factory bumper is what you're saying.
Yep.
But this provides that great protection up front with the bull bar. Have you ever hit a deer or anything in the past? Okay, so this will protect you from, let's say, animals, but also, like you said, logs and everything that's going on there. This is steel. You know, this is an upgrade. Some of your factory bumper was steel, some of it was plastic, right? So good upgrade on the steel inserts and everything that you did up here. So protection front and rear and along the sides for your rock sliders, right? So I think that's mainly it when it comes to protection, so we can move on to capability. I love that you said this angle here, because up front, in front of the wheels, is your approach angle, and the factory bumper is good for factory settings, but I believe we intend on doing suspension in the future and maybe some bigger size tires.
And this clearance is incredible. Like, I don't have to worry about anything.
You're 100%. So it will increase your capability to up armor your vehicle, and that's kind of something to think about if you're more like an off-roader, or you want to I guess push that extra mile, like being out here. So it'll free up this space right here for your approach angle, but it'll also leave it so when you go bigger you can actually do that without having to cut anything off. In the center there, part of the armor here is your rock sliders. So what's cool about these is they're frame mounted, which is the way you want to do it. I've seen some do like nutserts or body mounts, and although you can do that, if you're wanting to push harder, this is the way to go. What's cool about rock sliders is if you need to, you can actually pivot off rocks or obstacles as you're out there, but even just like on a normal fire road, and logs will pop up, and this will prevent them from potentially slamming into your panels and denting up your rig. So I really like that in terms of protection, but also give you the capability to do more off-road. Cool, so now we find our way here to the backside of, hey, do you have a name for this truck yet?
Billy.
For Billy. And I was not expecting that.
She's a girl.
Okay, that makes sense though. So now
She
even
will
like
Billy go. She goes up anything.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. So as we apply the three things that we're talking about, protection, recovery, capability, we find ourselves here at the backside of Billy. And what's cool about the options that Ricky chose is it really does increase your capability back here. Tell us about why you chose to chop this off back here.
I chose to chop it off for higher clearance again. Also, this bumper gives me higher clearance, and I also have a swing gate option, which is perfect because I do have bigger wheels, so I can't have a regular size spare tire. So if I get a flat or anything, I need a space to put my spare.
Yeah.
So this gives me that option. Swing gate, table, all that.
Your baby's calling you.
I know. She wants to go play.
All right. So what's also, you mentioned the spare tire. So the spare used to be underneath and it was like a little donut, right? It wasn't even a full size. So this also gave us more capability in the rear here to do a full size spare. And if she chooses to go bigger in the future, which it sounds like she is, it is going to be able to manage that. So the swing out tire carrier has a couple of other options. You want to show us those two in the back there? I love that this thing has that gas strut, so it like assists you.
Yeah, and if it opens a little bit more, so I can open my tailgate.
Nice.
And then here, I have a table, and I can mount anything onto here. I have a Max Trax mount here, but this just
increases your capability.
I will find that.
So I love all the counter space you have. It's almost as if like you don't need to run a table or anything.
So I just have everything right out of here. I was thinking about mounting my axe right here. I have space for some more roto packs, not the Polly Pocket size ones, but this gives me everything I need. It's a little messy right now, but I'm still continuing to figure out how I want to organize everything, get some Pelican cases, and kind of have my kitchen set up, my recovery set up, everything I need right in here. I just need to sort it out a little bit.
Cool. So what's also cool too is here on the backside of this bumper is you do have 2 recovery points, which is sometimes required on any of the trails, like if we're in a group or even some of the courses that we do, that I teach, because recovery points are different from tow points, but these are actually designed for a recovery scenario. And if we're doing some more aggressive off-roading or something that could potentially get you stuck, we do require those. So I think that covers everything that we're looking for. Again, to kind of close it out, consider up-arming your vehicle like this with a front rear bumper, rock sliders, because you can use them to recover, you can use them to protect, but it also will increase your angles, like the departure angle, the mid angle there, break over in the center, and then your approach angle in the front. How do you like it so far?
I love it, and I chose everything for my needs. I'm not just going to follow what everybody else is doing because it looks cool. I'm going to choose what works for me and what I'm doing, not just what your rig is, because your
100%.
capabilities and what you're doing is so different from what I'm doing. So it's really cool to see the different aspects and what the different vehicles can do.
Again, guys, thank you so much. Ricky, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Mike and
guys.
Dennis, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.